Scorpio and Scorpio compatibility. Are these two zodiac signs compatible? Let's talk about it. I'm Lamar Townsend. I'm a natural intuitive, clairvoyant, clairaudient, empathic, psychic tarot reader, and I would love to do a personal, private, confidential tarot reading for you, or a personal, private, confidential birth chart reading. Contact me at Lamar Townsend Tarot for your own reading. Also, check out the personal ethics section and the FAQ section if you have any more questions, okay? Also, please check out the blog section on my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at Lamar Townsend. You can like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamar Townsend Official. I would also love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification button so you get a notification whenever I upload a new video, alright? Scorpio and Scorpio compatibility. Are these two zodiac signs compatible? Well, here we have two people who are both ruled by the planets Mars and Pluto. Pluto is the planet of death, regeneration, transformation, rebirth, spiritual development, spiritual growth, deep, dark secrets, and things of that nature. And Mars is the planet of war, destruction, sports, aggression, sexual desire, sex. So here we have a very deep, complex, sexual, secretive person who, while they like closeness, at the same time they like their space, right? And while they're quiet, they can tend to be quiet. They can also be very aggressive and assertive at the same time. So it's an interesting thing with the Scorpio. And then you bring two Scorpios together, two Scorpions together, two water signs, two people ruled by Mars and Pluto. Well, for one, there are going to be lots of secrets that are going to have to be uncovered throughout the course of this relationship, right? Both people are probably not going to be so readily willing to give up certain information so easily in the beginning. And that's going to be a problem because in a relationship, and especially in order for a successful relationship, to work, there needs to be a foundation of openness and honesty and no secrets, right? No holding back. Also, these two people can tend to be very jealous and revengeful and can hold grudges and be resentful as well. All while sleeping next to you, every night, eating breakfast with you every day, but they hold those feelings, in them, and never say anything or address them. Like, so Scorpios can be very secretive people, people who hold things to themselves, and that's not going to work in a relationship, especially with two Scorpios, right? So on one end, this can be a very kind of emotionally difficult, emotionally distant, maybe even. Or on the flip side, it could be too open, too close, like too close, there needs to be a balance between, being close but being distant, like in order for a relationship to work, right? The people who are always on top of each other never work out, but the people who are always, apart from one another never really work out either, right? So Scorpios, they're good at maintaining that balance, but when their emotional, when their emotional balance is off, they can act kind of irrationally and erratically. So there's going to be need for groundedness as well in this relationship, right? Definitely a need for groundedness. On the flip side, this is a very, if there's a foundation of openness and honesty, no secrets, and if there is a foundation of groundedness, like if you with a Scorpio who has a lot of earth in their chart, like that's a win-win, because this is someone who's able to be, give emotional depth, but also be grounded at the same time, so they're not gonna go off that edge too far. Does that make sense? Um, one thing that could be really good about this relationship is that there is potential for deep emotional, a deep emotional connection, a very, very deep emotional connection. One of the deepest emotional connections, right? A very deep spiritual connection as well. Scorpio is the sign that wants to know everything about you, right? You know, everything pertaining to your soul, right? So this is a very soul binding relationship as well, like a soul contract even relationship to Scorpios. That can be a good thing or a bad thing though. Like, like there needs to be a balance with Scorpios. They need to be grounded. One big thing in this relationship is groundedness. When one partner is flying off the handle, the other one needs to be grounded. You can't have two Scorpios flying off the handle. I mean, things are going to be thrown, things are going to be broken. You're talking battleship Potemkin, like out in these streets. It's just not good when two Scorpios, start fighting. Like I was saying, they're ruled by Mars. Mars is a very aggressive sign, a very angry, can be a very angry sign. Mars is also the ruler of Aries. So, um, but in those moments, it's important for the other Scorpio to be strong when one partner is having their moment, right? Groundedness is a very big thing in this relationship. Um, also, what's the word I want to say? Not restrictions, but groundedness, but more so not self-discipline. Something along the lines of self-discipline where you are able to control self-control, I think is what I'm thinking. Self-control is also a big thing with these two. Self-control is really big and important. Sometimes that Mars energy can cause, people, especially when they're emotionally erratic, having one of their moments, Mars can cause, someone with a lot of that energy to be very impulsive. That's why Aries are very impulsive people. Scorpios can be impulsive too, right? You make them mad, they might pick up the nearest thing, and throw it at you, like not literally, but like, or you piss them off and they may say something smart, that hurts your feelings, but there's a need to watch that kind of energy, it's like, be careful of using your partner as a punching bag, especially if you're holding feelings of resentment and anger towards your partner that you haven't addressed with your partner. Once again, secrets come in many forms with a Scorpio. Secrets from their past, secrets that they don't want anyone to know because they're bad or they're embarrassing. And then there's secrets that, it's like they have secret feelings towards you or about you that they don't tell you, right? So definitely an emotional openness, emotional honesty, emotional depth, a foundation of trust, um, allowing to be yourself, both good and bad. Like that's really important in this relationship. But groundedness, I think, is a really, really big thing for these two. There needs to be groundedness is going to be a big factor in order for this relationship to work, I think. you know and it's not impossible for a Scorpio to encompass the qualities of being grounded, you know but with groundedness there does come a certain amount of restraint, a certain ability of self-control, a certain ability of you know knowing to take things in moderation, knowing when to take things, knowing which battles to fight and which ones to not fight, like knowing, being self-aware, like knowing yourself above all is also super duper important, I think, for this relationship to work. Like you must know yourself. Scorpio is one of those signs where like the emotionally weak will, the mentally weak will not last long in a relationship with a Scorpio, right? So it's important for these two to be on the same wavelength, in terms of emotional intelligence, and things of that nature as well. All right. Be careful also being manipulative and like using your partner, or you know what I'm saying. Like, be careful of that as well. Once again, groundedness is really important. Being grounded, um, both in yourself and within the relationship, I think is important. But can this work? Absolutely. This can be a very beneficial relationship. At times chaotic, maybe. Scorpios can be a little bit chaotic. That's just their nature. You know, my Venus is in Scorpio, so, you know, I understand. I definitely have my moments too. But I find with my Venus in Scorpio that when I have my moments, having a partner that's grounded and that's like, okay, I get it. You know, you're having a moment right now. You know, you're going through something. You're dealing with something. I'll let you chill out. You know, and then I'll come back when you're calm, or you just come back to me when you're calm. You know, I'm gonna leave you alone. Like, that partner is gonna be good for Scorpio. Like, you know, but someone who's like, you know, I can't believe you did this to me. You know, we're through. Like, that partner that flies off the handle in response to Scorpio flying off the handle isn't gonna work, right? Scorpio doesn't respond well to aggression, right? They just don't. It just doesn't work, all right? So, you know, centeredness, calmness, groundedness are all important for this relationship, okay, to work. These two people are very protective of one another, um, and especially protective of one another's feelings and emotions. Um, so this can be a very beneficial, healing, transformative relationship, I believe. So that is my summary of the compatibility of Scorpio and Scorpio. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button, share with your friends and family. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you aren't already subscribed. Follow me on Instagram at Lamar Townsend. Like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamar Townsend Official. I cannot wait to hear from you for your own personal private tarot reading at LamarTownsendTarot.com. Here I am spinning. Oh my gosh. So embarrassing. Alright. Thank you guys for listening and watching, okay? Until next time, see ya.